Back with me again, Bank 60s with you, right here with a little more war game action. Historical Grognards, welcome, and all the rest, Norbsoft devs. Scourge of War Waterloo is what we play. For now, so much more to come. We're just getting our start here. Bank 60s, sharing with you one of my favorite experiences when it comes to video games and 19th century strategy, 19th century tactics, Napoleonic war tactics. You really can't beat this one. And we are continuing in this action to fight the historic battle of Ligny as the French. And we'll go ahead, get started here. Back into our battle scenario. And I'll get you updated kind of on where we were. Nothing except a battle lost can be half as melancholy as a battle won. Wellington, so true as a battlefield is a scene of carnage, tragedy, horror, all of the things. So I did some more thinking, and I have quite a bit of strength here. In St. Amand still. That is where the Prussians have focused their efforts thus far in terms of counterattacking. They have nothing, I mean, they don't have much strength here. And they don't have any, they don't have much over here at Wagnally either, where the next objective would be, and it is so tempting. The old motto is get there fastest with the mostest. Napoleon didn't come up with that. I believe that was made, but forced, 60 years later. But I have 2 divisions and a half. This brigade of Habert's division, I think that's Deprieux, that is available to move on this objective and Wagner. That's what I have available to me. This sort of Girard is sort of an understrength division. Bertha Zane's division, and then Deprieux's brigade. So 5 brigades with my cavalry on the flank, and I probably would move it up in this direction here, along the river here to, this is, I'm pretty sure this is, this is Prussian cav. And that's the force I have to move from here to the Namur Road. Now, my quandary is this. I'm not totally sure. I don't quite remember exactly what the AI will do every single time. I'm not so familiar with this scenario. I'm worried that a ton of the momentum that I would gain over here by moving aggressively on the left would be lost with a reaction by this force and this force. Typical Scourge, I believe up here. At any rate, this Prussian division would react in this direction here and here and shore up the Prussian right, my left, create more of a stalemate. So I was thinking while I was away about going a more historical route and making an advance specifically on this fortress right here, so as to clear the way for my artillery to scooch up and just be in a better position to bomb Ligny, the town itself, and then probably support the advance. So this is where you get into maybe more than you want to get into. I can take this fort here with 1 brigade. So you could complete this mission. You basically just push the line to this fortress and this road here, and have artillery in place kind of right in here, and then maybe bring more up right here, and really take command of the center, and then maybe draw a reaction from this force in maybe more this direction to guard this objective. I don't know if that would have that effect. I mean, they could just go off marching in this direction and come help out, and I could lose an opportunity by wasting troops on just taking this fortress and moving against Ligny. I'm loath to go for a full-on effort at Ligny, the entire town at this stage, because I really am scared of activating this whole corps against my right flank, because if that happens, I mean, that changes the battle entirely. I don't think it would happen. I mean, historically, Blucher wanted to keep his army arranged along this road right here, which is where it is, in and on and near that road, so that it could be in constant contact with Wellington. So he may hug that road tight and may not move if I go for a full assault here. But again, what I'm thinking is that I need to create pressure here, maybe even go for this objective to get a reaction in this direction instead of a reaction in this direction. And then as soon as I see that reaction, make this advance. And then my other thought was, go ahead and bring this artillery up, get it set in a position right behind this line, bring Milhaud's cavalry up, get it set even further, just a little bit further behind there, like that, and make those movements happen. Maybe bring these guys closer to the objective, and maybe put 1 brigade on like a probe stance and have them start to engage these troops, these Prussian troops here, while I'm working on this side over here. I think that may be what I do. Because, again, I just think I want to create a reaction. I want to get these guys moving, not in this direction, to the left. I want to get them moving in this direction. I don't want it to be so heavy of an assault and so overwhelming of an assault that it will create a reaction with these fellas. And then in the meantime, put together a really, really strong force on my left to push hard. And then hopefully the infantry can get us up to and just beyond the river line. And then once that happens, the cavalry can come in and start to push into these open spaces here. And then maybe we're able to, by that time, get First Corps onto the field and really make an actual push toward the primary objective here. I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's get this all kind of figured out, and then we'll still have the old guard right here and the guard cav here and here. Let's go take a look. Got the guard cav here, or at least one part of it. I mean, even the guard cav could come over and be involved. Have Milad and the guard cav come over with the reserve artillery. Make it just an artillery park right about here. And while that's setting up, you know, that'll take, I bet, as much as a half hour to, that may even take an hour to get everybody over there lined up, ready to go. And in the meantime, I could be over here fighting it first initially against the fort, and then pushing artillery forward, and then moving on the Ligny objective. All of this in hopes of creating a reaction by this division of Prussians toward the center, or this direction, toward the center or toward Ligny. And then hopefully they won't notice that I'm gathering a ton of strength over here on the left. You know, that's probably hoping against hope. But in any case, I will have the old guard in a position here. I think what ends up happening is the 6th Corps comes on with the, you know, so the other thing I'm debating is whether to bring the guard over here in lieu of the cavalry. Because when 1st Corps comes on, they're going to bring a whole division of cavalry with them. And the guard could be really useful as in terms of packing a real punch over here on the left. But a combined arms approach is what is preferable. Having infantry, cavalry, and artillery all working together. So let's go with our original plan. We're going to go with this. And I really would be interested to hear what everybody who's watched would have to say about going with a strategy like this. I would be eager to get your thoughts. So feel free to chime in. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put the guard artillery on the move. And we're just going to set up a ginormous artillery park over here. we'll let them take the roads. But they'll be right about there. And they'll come out here. Boom. And they'll just be out here set up in a huge artillery park along this line here. And then we'll have some cav. We'll bring the cav in behind right here. Right along here. And so let's go ahead and get these orders issued. The guard cav, we'll bring them over. I want to find out how good these guys are. I'll tell you that right now. So as a matter of fact, let's do Guyo or Guyo. His whole division will head over here, and we'll actually go toward the far left, kind of in line-ish with this cavalry right here, behind the infantry, and we'll just set them up right there. We'll have everybody take a road. And we'll have them in double line. And then we'll go back to Milad. Here, all of this cav. And we're going to bring it over too. We will bring it this direction. Got an ammo wagon that we're going to want to move there. And we're going to set Milad up just to support this advance before it actually goes in. We're going to bring him up right here, the whole dang corps. Right there. And let's see. It gives us 3 options here as far as formations. Column by division. I think that's what we'll do. Right there. The 7th Division in ammo train. Bring that up. We've got 3rd Corps Reserve Artillery officer, and the main fight here is ongoing. I felt comfortable just kind of like letting this fight go for a minute. It doesn't look like too awful much has been happening to change the these guys are still doing good. These guys are still doing fine. These fellas could probably get into a little bit more to actually make a difference. So we're going to run them into a leak and bring some fire down on the flanks here. We are now engaged. Good. So we've got these movements that are underway. We're going to take command of the officers. Just in case. Well, actually, with the artillery rules, this cavalry movement is huge, y'all. Huge, I say. things are relatively stabilized over in Saint Amand. So now we've got ourselves our artillery barrage over this direction. We are going to begin applying this pressure on the Prussian left, our right. And we're going to start with an attack on this fortress right here. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to come up, and we're literally just going to set ourselves up in an attack formation, and we're just going to wave on wave on wave right at it. We're not going to screw around. And then these guys, the other brigade, is going to come up and just make sure that they're in a position to help out. So we'll bring them up kind of to this crossroad here. Well, let's see. Right about here. And we'll just get a double line right there. Alright, so we've got those guys on the move. We'll come back over to the heel back here. Make sure that we're not missing anything. Not so hot. Not so hot. We'll go ahead and fall back there. These guys appear to be having some trouble. Is getting beat back a bit here. I suppose we could probably just retreat these fellas. Bring up another unit to fill the void. A rest. Looks like the Prussians are going to maybe extend my left. So I think what I may do here is with Deprieu's brigade come up here on this. Come right about here. Get into double line. And then what I'm going to do is I may want to wait and see kind of what happens. But put him on just like probe and see if he'll come out here and start engaging this fortress. You know, maybe help out here. Because, yeah, it looks like the Prussians are going to bring units and swing out this direction. We've got fresh troops in the fight. They need skirmishers, though. Oh, these bastards. Some more. So that's good. And this defensible position over here continues to be undeniably defensible. While the church is starting to become perhaps pressed hard here. This is a pretty relentless Prussian attack, I will say. Let's get these guys snug in behind this skirmish line. These guys are getting pretty tired, though. So, I think it's time for maybe one of the forcing units to come over here. Kind of get a little more involved in the action in the church. Villard's brigade. How's he done? He's gotten hurt, no doubt about it. But he's given about as good as he's getting. These guys probably need a double time. And we're getting closer over here. Yeah, I don't like the way that this march is going. Anybody who has been watching me for a little while would know that I like it to be a much more authentic historical advance than that. But I'll just have to deal. I'll just have to deal. It's okay. Alright, so bring the remainder of Gingald's, the fresh parts of Gingald's brigade up into the fight here. The not fresh parts. So, okay, speaking of fresh parts versus not fresh parts, we're going to run this unit over to the church. Get it ready to take over. So that is 3rd Battalion, 37th line. That needs to now run into the church. And they'll take over for the unit that is already there. This battalion here can now retreat. So we switched out effectively. 37th Line, 3rd Battalion. Boom. Now the damage to the fort. Let's see if that's an issue. Gonna switch off. No, it's not. We don't have that much damage to the fort, so the troops should be... But we're losing this fight here for some reason. I don't know why. We are not getting the best of it. guys are taking so many more casualties than they're giving. We need to come out on the flank. There's just no other way about it. Guys are pretty tired, though. They've been in the heat. They've been in the thick of it for a good long time. Oh, they're so tired that they can't come out there and stand. Wow. Alright, well. That means that Corson's got to get the rest of his brigade up. There's just no other way about it. No other way about it. Then we need to move back over here and get ourselves situated. We have just engaged. We're going to be under heavy fire. It's going to be these guns here. Here we go. We knew that some infantry may come out to meet us. So we'll send some skirmishers off in this direction here. Like so. And then maybe a nice little bonus would be if their artillery ends up targeting our skirmishers instead of the main attack. We'll actually take this line unit and put it over here. Got our flank pretty well protected there. Our line unit against their line unit. And we're making the attack on the main fortress here. The battle continues. And let's go ahead and do like what we said we were going to do over here. And with him, let's just take him off and go probe and see what he decides to do. Maybe he'll make it interesting over here. The Prussians aren't done with their counterattack just yet. They've managed to make a nice little push. And this unit here is still not doing very well. That's fine. Still moved up and they're mixed. Alright. This unit needs to get a move on here. We need to flank these guys sooner rather than later. These guys are getting creamed. So are these guys. Gengalt's brigade is getting the worst of it over here. Dipriou, there he goes. See what he does here. There we go. Now we're getting him falling back. We've got to flank him. Okay. Very good. Very good. Who are they engaged with? We'll bring them over here. And let's zip back over this way. Something like that might happen. So let's get some skirmishers out. That was what we were kind of, that's why we brought that brigade up into a position of support like that. Knew that they may end up bringing troops out to flank my force that's attacking the fortress. And we'll just bring the rest of the brigade forward like this. Attack going here. They've had quite a bit of punishment. I think they'll take it easy. This next unit will stand up and move forward. These guys are doing all right. Got ourselves in a little bit better position over here near Ligny as we, like I said, apply some pressure in this direction. We haven't gotten them to react just yet. Dipriou is probing. Forward slowly, moving here. I don't know if I like that. He's challenging the flank of this counterattack right here. Again, Galt's brigade is really taking a beating over here. We should reform him. There's a charge going on somewhere. Oh, right here with this gun. Ah, son of a bitch. We need to charge that gun and take it back. You can't take and keep our gun, buddy. Sorry. So the Prussians are they're gaining back some ground here in St. Amand. It's not terrible surprise by any means. Over here, we're running off some Prussians near the fortress. Woo! 90-7. Yeah, this attack has not helped us a lot. I will admit that. And the Prussian counterattack has helped the Prussians a bit. Literally, just in terms of attrition, men getting killed. We got guys coming online over here. There's not a reaction really at all, other than with this division that's already in place. And this counterattack is ongoing here. I mean, I think I can bottle this up without much trouble. And I don't think I'll get myself into unwanted major action right here. It's a little tenuous, though. I won't lie. I think I may bring the young guard a little closer over this area, over in this area here. Let's bring their guns up. Then, honestly, I think that the rest of the division will just fill in right here and just be ready, you know. Just be ready for whatever they are needed for. You know, it's kind of hard to discern what that's going to be. But really, I think it's what we need to we just need to be nearby, because this Prussian situation here, we just need to be closer, is what I think. Counterattack, making some headway in St. Amand, no doubt about it. However, I did hold the church. Thank you to the unit that flanked over here. Looks like they got flanked. Might have been driven off. Let's get back in a cozy position in the brush there. Leffol's division been holding in here. Oh boy, these guys are brave. There they go. All right, that gives us the opportunity to flank. All right, we got them to surrender. Nice. Flank here. And we got this gun. Back them up a bit. Remember that gun traded hands not long ago. Getting things lined up here. Got the artillery coming forward. Got the cavalry coming up. We're doing all right. got a problem. That's what we got. Wouldn't want to overreact. But we'll just overreact. It's a tough battle over here, too. Let me tell you. Bringing more guys. That's, that's the thing that I'm a little worried about over here, is that I get myself just a little too involved. I don't want to get too involved. I'm really just, this is kind of like a feint in a way. Although, like I say, I really do want to take this fortress and give myself the opportunity to bring guns up in this area, pound away. See, okay, what do we got going here? This is a reaction. Okay, the rest of this Prussian division is moving now to repulse this attack. That leaves the rest of Ligny very vulnerable. I think it'll be time to move in this direction. Now is the time. Now is the moment. This is what I was trying not to do, but we're doing it. We are doing it. Because Ligny is there for the taking. It's really as simple as that. And it's 1,000 points. There's just no kind of, there's no denying that aspect. And I'm going to go for it if I can get it. We're going to bring 3 more brigades over here. Hopefully we can start to run off some of these Prussians, and then maybe even push into town and put ourselves in a little bit better position, take that objective that's in Ligny right here, and maybe be just a little bit closer to victory. But they are coming hard in this direction. They did react to my attack over here. There is no doubt about that. I'm getting a little better luck over here on this side of the fort. That's interesting. These guys are getting torn to shreds. These troops need to come down this direction. We're going to need to start looks like we've reached a bit of a stalemate on this end of the field. They're not doing much, neither am I. This is main action. Wondering if it might be worthwhile to go ahead and bring some of this cavalry over, as a matter of fact. Yeah, let's bring some of this cav over here. This division right here could come over and be prepared to help push past Ligny, potentially. Or there's a ton of Prussian cav up this direction. So we could be in a position to deal with that threat if it comes. So we're just going to bring all those units over here to back up this flank. And that's the alarm to end the video and take care of the rest of my business. And you can see here the Prussians really are coming hard over here. So this is going to be an interesting developing situation. Over here, near the fortress and the entrance to Ligny, I think they are going to begin pushing on my flank over here. Go ahead, pause it. Goodness gracious. We've really lost all edge that we had. So, yeah, attacking this fortress maybe wasn't the best idea. We're using up a lot of troops on that. A lot of troops there. The Prussians made a pretty concerted push there into St. Amand and actually, God, made some headway there. But we still hold. And yeah, that'll kind of be that for this video. Not a ton of progress, and frankly, it looks like we're going to get thrown back on our heels to a degree over here, and some of exactly what I was afraid of happening is happening. Good thing we've got cavalry coming over. That'll be able to counter this. I mean, this is going to be an effective counterattack by the Prussians right here. They're going to drive back most of this brigade that I had attacking the fortress, and I'll have to stop them with my cav, most likely, and then come at the objective with the rest of the 4th Corps, except for this infantry brigade. And again, I mean, you know, my goal could still be accomplished here. You know, it's not over yet. As you can see, I'm gathering a ton of strength over here, and getting myself ready to really unleash a lot against this section of the battlefield, with 1st Corps yet to arrive. Ton of cav right here. More cav on the way, getting set up. 2 divisions of infantry, 4 divisions of cavalry, all this artillery. We should be able to make, I think, a concerted push in this direction. And as a matter of fact, I may order us to fall back over in this quadrant here. Maybe trick them into coming forward and getting countercharged by cavalry and routed. Might do that. But we're getting ourselves ready over here for one heck of an advance, I think. And we're just gonna have the army. I mean, it's a little bit of a gamble to put so much strength over on this one side of the field. I mean, we've got the guard in decent position to keep our center safe. But it's going to be all. I mean, this next phase of the battle that involves this push over here is going to be the big one. There's no doubt about it. And it'll include taking both this fortress and Saint Amand Height. They have not reacted at all yet. This attack that I made on this fortress in hopes of drawing reaction from this division, that didn't happen. Instead, they attacked the rest of their division right back at me and are going to drive me back. And maybe if we can just tickle them a little bit more over here, stop the breakthrough over this on this end with Cav, push into Ligny on this end, flank them, maybe be able to defeat this division in detail and cause these guys to head this direction. That would go a long way to buying us space and time, I think, to make an effective advance toward the Namur Road on the left. We're just going to have to hope that all the casualties lost and blood, sweat, and toil over here will lead us to victory over here now that we've bought ourselves enough time and space to form up a strong advance and head for this ultimate objective. We'll take this, then we'll hit Wagnally, then we'll head over here, and that, you know, and then we'll do the best we can to react to whatever the Prussians do in the meantime. As I've said before, they outnumber me. I've got the guard and I've got all this cav here to handle anything that they might throw against my right. So I'll just have to trust that. And we may get pushed back on the right and need to be ready to maybe hold another line, maybe down along this river right here. So there's that to consider. But in that case, frankly, again, putting ourselves, swinging the line around so that it's kind of more on an axis like this is kind of more to our favor anyway. So if we attract a lot of attention from this huge Prussian corps here in this moving in this direction, and these guys moving in this direction, hopefully the guard, the young guard, the old guard, and hopefully 4th Corps and this cav can stay together and not totally disintegrate. Old guard, young guard, hold along this river line. We advance over here. 6th Corps comes on near Fleurus and continues to hold here. I foresee that happening. But we'll have to find out as the battle continues. Right now, it's at a very interesting stage. And we'll be ready here soon to launch this attack on the left. Until next time, we'll save it up. And I'll see you guys in the next one.